This video is not targeted towards kids.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Undertale. So, as you can see, everything is pretty sped up, for a good reason too. I wanted to play through everything in a live stream, but as you can see in the last episode, it didn't really work out. So I decided to, try to play through this thing as fast as I could, and, at least try to get everything done. Here's Temmie. We're just gonna skip right through that and go into the village. And, I kind of messed up. I was supposed to sell the dog residue, but I accidentally sold way too much of it at once, and I ended up, messing something up. I think you see right here. I realized that I made a mistake, so I had to make my own money by befriending literally everyone in the cave. Let's just say it didn't quite work out, as you can clearly see. I just wanted to spend this episode talking about, YouTube in general, life in general, as I always do with these sped up episodes. So, yeah, everyone's in quarantine, everyone's stuck in their homes, and I don't know, it just feels so surreal. Like, everyone's gonna come back in 10 years, and they're gonna think, okay, what happened during 2020? Nothing. Everyone just stayed in their homes, except for the doctors. I commend them, applaud them every time, every day, all the time. I don't, but in spirit, I know, I'm a terrible person, but, I commend people who are still able to go outside and, do their essential work. What is it? I don't know, supermarkets, I guess restaurants count. Anything that's food related, anything that's, necessarily for, people. And, oh yeah, this was me going back to see if I can, get some dog residue from the orb, that location, but that didn't exactly turn out, so I had to go back and manually do everything. I was gonna buy myself some of the Tem armor. That would have been really nice, but unfortunately, again, I ran out of dog residue, so I can't really exactly do that. So I'm gonna basically, I was just gonna pay for Coolidge, and that was about it. Anyways, being inside all day, first of all, it's really demoralizing. I mean, you don't really have, you have everything that you want to do in the palm of your hands. You know when people say, "Oh, I'll do that tomorrow because I don't have enough time." I'll do that when I have some free time. Well, you have all the free time in the world now. There's no excuse for that, and there's nothing you can really say about that since, again, you have all the time in the world. But being inside all day sort of really sucks the life out of you, if you know what I mean. It just does not make you feel good. Yes, I kept buying templates and selling it for profit. I know it's cheating, but as long as I get to pay for Coolidge, that's really all it is. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yes, being inside all day. So, the reason I started playing Super Mario 64, and I guess a lot of just emulator games in general, is because, you have all this time, and you realize that sometimes you need to fill the time with something exciting, and I thought that Paper Mario would do the trick. Obviously, as you guys can see from last episode, it wasn't perfect. I'm gonna either try using another emulator or re-downloading the game to see if I can fix the problem. And if something doesn't work out, then shame on me. Anyways, Undertale. Oh yeah, and Deltarune. I know I'm supposed to make the Deltarune bonus episode, and I promise I will do it eventually. But just I don't know. Sometimes putting things off isn't necessarily the best thing you can do, but I really have no excuse for that. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie. I came into the episode without a script or anything to, any bullet points to talk about, and I really should have thought of something in the meantime. Anyways, Undertale. So, I've been debating on whether I want to do a bonus episode on Undertale just because it's been spoken to death by, it's the community, by people who like to make theories because, I don't know, there's some kind of psychopath or something. I'm joking. But, figuring out the lore behind Undertale and Deltarune, that'll always be amazing. That'll always be exciting. I mean, it's always cool, to figure out. They're basically historians in a way. They're trying to figure out the story within a certain I guess, given a certain number of events, figuring out what the heck happened. Also, I suck at this battle. I may have died a couple of times because I forgot to bring healing items. And also, I forgot how this game works. So what I kept challenging Undyne when I should have really just done nothing, because that would have made the game easier. So yeah, that's sort of the reason why I'm dying multiple times. You guys can just ignore that in the background. I mean, we don't need to talk about how bad I am at this game, right? Right? Okay, cool. Anyways, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, so I mean, technically I watched through the 1000-Year Door before actually playing this, or even seeing Paper Mario. I'm doing the original one completely blind, as I have already said. And after that, I hope to be able to play the 1000-Year Door, which is much superior to the original, as much as I hate to say it. I mean, the 1000 Years Door is what I grew up with, and, you know, it has a bunch of MacGuffins and a bunch of sort of lame, flat characters, no pun intended. But, you know, it was still a really good game, and, I just want to play it again. I am currently at the final chapter, the final boss, or whatever you want to call it. So once I finish that, and then once I get back to Paper Mario, you know, you guys already know what's going to be coming up next. Well, not next, but eventually. I mean, a lot of these games from older consoles, they're sort of what I want to go for at the time being, just because it's been forever since I've played those, or any. I mean, I don't think I've played Mario Kart 64 since. Oh jeez, I don't think I've played Mario Kart 64 since, I think, when I had an emulator on my phone, and that was still a terrible experience. Being able to use consoles, it's just correctly. By the way, the thing you're seeing on screen, so you see Mettaton, you know, we're seeing that, that Alphys is giving away the answers. Yeah, I wanted to see what would happen if I just left the number, to see how large the counter would go. So obviously, yeah, that thing's just gonna be running in the background for a good few minutes. Yeah, we're just gonna have to promptly ignore that, but I will preface by saying that counter does not stop. I'm not joking. I have looked online at forums. That counter will keep going until your game crashes. Apparently, certain people clocked out at 60,000, and I didn't really do anything with it. I mean, I just kept it counting. I think I did other like homework assignments or something while I was leaving that be. Yeah, I don't really want to admit it, but yeah, that's basically what I was doing at the time being. So yeah, 60,000 is the limit for some people. I don't know. Maybe if you have a better computer, then it'll go on for longer. But apparently, other people have gone further. They don't know the limit. It just keeps going. I just find it funny thinking that these two are just constantly counting up, and we're just standing here just frozen, not knowing what to do. Imagine if this was the rest of the game. You know how spoiler, you know how Sans basically decides to stop a certain battle by just like preventing you from doing anything, and you're just like, oh, okay, cool. This is basically what it is. I don't want to give away certain parts of the story just because this is a game that's better played blind. It's one of, I mean, a lot of games are better played blind, but it's just one of those games where, you know, the first time through is like, the second time playing is always the more enjoyable, but the first time it's the most insightful. You get the most enjoyment, or not enjoyment, the most how do I say this? You get the most. Yeah, you just get the most out of that first play. You know how people say, like, the first time you do something is like the only time you really get to do something, because if you ever do it again, it's just not the same again. You know when you listen to your like favorite genre, or you know when you realize that a certain genre of music or like a certain book is like the best thing you've ever like seen or read, or like a certain movie is just the best thing you've ever seen, and you know, you can watch the movie again, but it'll never be like that first time you watched it. Sort of like Avengers Endgame. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, but I remember watching it in theaters with a bunch of friends, and that was an experience. I mean, a long experience, but you know, I know a lot of people give it flack, but seeing that third act alone is much different than watching it with a bunch of people together. Simply because you have, you know, the emotions of the entire room just swelling up to a crescendo. That was fun. I can't believe that was almost a year ago. Like, isn't that weird to think about? The end of the Infinity Saga. Well, technically it was with Spider-Man: Homecoming. We don't talk about that. Not Homecoming, sorry, Far From Home. But basically the end of the whole arc was with Endgame, and that just, man, it's just so interesting to think. It just feels weird that it was a year ago. You know, time's just flying by that fast. Speaking of time flying fast, I do not remember when I get to cut this off. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm like I said before. I am recording this in real time, and I remember at a certain point, which it seems to me like after like a few minutes or so, that's when I decided to cut to just a different giant number. I remember playing Undertale 4 years ago. It was an interesting experience. I mean, I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. I think it was cool, and I remember the only reason I bought it is because I had a bunch of other friends who bought it, and you know there were big YouTubers playing it, and I thought, okay, like if the game really is that good, I'll buy it and see what it's like. You know, it was on Steam, $10. Oh, it seemed like a pretty good deal, and decided to go in, you know, not expecting much. Obviously, like everyone else, I did the neutral run, and I was like, yeah, this is all right. The problem is, I didn't know about the true pacifist run. I just knew about a pacifist run. So, actually maybe that was the true pacifist. I can't exactly remember, but there's certain things that you were supposed to do that, now that I think about it, I might have messed up on this one. I'm gonna have to double check online, just to make sure that I have ticked all the boxes. But, yeah. Oh shoot, I do have to do that. I'm just realizing all the things that I messed up on, but it's alright. I mean, I'll figure stuff out bit by bit, right? It's a Let's Play channel. It's not one of those, you know, I tell you every secret about the game kind of thing. It's more of a, hey, let's have a heart-to-heart and figure out what this game is like. Let's uncover the secrets of the game together. It should be more of a discussion, as always. Basically, think of it as a live stream, but it's not live because I can't make. I don't know how to do live streams, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Like, if I figured out how to do that properly, I'd probably make that a bigger thing than this stupid YouTube. Yeah, obviously, like I said, I'm putting on the screen. I'll see you guys later. Bam, and now it's later. Haha. Yeah, I just decided to choose a random one. Let's, there we go. Yeah, let's just proceed with the actual game. No playing games within the game. Let's actually get this done. Oh man, 4 years ago. That was a long time ago, wasn't it? I mean, that was before the 2016 election. That was before. Oh man, that was before. That was before I met a lot of my good friends. I mean, to be completely honest, the whole shtick with the whole friendship thing, like, there's a lot of story. How do I say this? Structural flaws within the story. You know, like parts of the story just don't make sense. Like why do all enemies want to attack you, and why do you immediately have to, you know, befriend every single one of them? Like, and you know, I get the whole cliche with like the menu with act versus versus attack or all that, and it makes sense. It's just, I don't know. It's just not my kind of thing. Like, it's a really good concept. I remember hearing about well, I didn't hear it, but I remember learning about this game initially appearing on, what was it, Kickstarter or something, and you know, that makes sense. Oh, that's what that was. I remember the game initially appearing on Kickstarter or something, and there's you know, it was about a game where it was a game about not needing to kill every enemy, and you know, that stuff is fine and all, and you know, it makes sense, but I don't know. The problem with this game is that they don't really seem to give any sort of redemption. And I get that there's the whole like neutral versus true pacifist run, but like the problem is the game is telling you, okay, you're gonna have to go through a neutral run, and you can try again, but if you mess up even once and accidentally kill something, then goodbye. You have to start all over again. You know, like this was like an hour and a half worth of gameplay, I think. And that's already too much if you mess up one thing. I don't know, it's just really unforgiving for stuff like that, especially for a game about forgiving people. Oddly enough, that is pretty funny. Anyways, yeah, let's just continue our way through the Dark Core. Me and MT Swag have already talked about, you know, certain things that we want to do in the future for this channel, because obviously, it's pretty dead, not gonna lie. And he recently told me about how, you know, people wanted to like do partnerships or like sponsorships and all that. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am getting my spider donut just because I might need that for this battle. Anyways, I am rambling on for way too long. Anyways, yeah, yikes. Okay, MG Swag and I already talked about certain things that we want to do together for the channel, and you know, he told me about sponsorships that existed back in like, what was it, 2014. But that was before, you know, I sort of joined the team, and that was before I, you know, started doing stuff. That was more along lines of when this channel, you know, had some Minecraft Let's Plays that had some what do you call it? It had the Super Smash Flash stuff, which I really love Super Smash Flash. Okay, like I used to be really good at it back in high school, and I'm not terrible at it these days. It's just, you know, I'm really rusty, and just like Smash Ultimate, I really need to, you know, spend time on it if I want to be good, just like any other game. But my point is, I am not good as I used to be, and I'm really sad that, I mean, I'm glad that, you know, MT Swag decided to put that all up and, you know, put it to good use. But it's sort of funny that we didn't end up getting any good sponsorships, because I looked at the emails, and turns out most of the sponsorships was just one person. Oh, it was just one person trying to like constantly email us about, hey, join our group, join our group, join our group, and I was like, yeah, that's not really our thing. And also, what's it gonna call it? MCNs. Yeah, I've noticed there were a few MCNs that wanted us to join a while back. And remember, this was like when like Let's Plays were like a really big thing. So I understand like why they would want this kind of stuff, but I don't know. Like, after hearing about what shady things that a bunch of MCNs have been doing, and hearing about, you know, MCNs really screwing over some small YouTubers. I mean, I do this for a hobby, let's be honest. Like, no one... If you guys are enjoying this, like, share this with someone. Share this with someone random. Like, I want to see legitimately, like, if this video would blow up. It probably wouldn't, let's be honest. But, man, I swear, I sound like Ricky Gervais having a monologue, but with terrible humor. No humor at all. Anyways, what was I talking about? Monologues, MCNs, yes. Yeah, after hearing about MCNs being able to screw you over, you know, I just sort of gave up and decided to make this more of a hobby instead, like I said before. You know, I'd much prefer that I just do this for fun, and, you know, I get a little bit of money on the side. Yeah, that's cool too. And, like, if I were to blow up and, like, get popular or whatever, which, obviously, that's not very possible, but if that was a possibility, then I wouldn't be against it. Oh wait, don't I die here? I don't remember. I have terrible memory. But yeah, even if I were to blow up, I probably wouldn't make this like my main thing. I'm still gonna work on stuff on the side. Oh, this is why I die, isn't it? Isn't it? I'm sorry. Like, I'm just trying to look at this. I'm just trying to see the battle that I have over here, as it feels like a... What do you call it? Oh yeah, this is where I die. Boom, you're dead. Haha, I suck at this game. I wish I had a game over count, because I am terrible at this. Like, extra terrible at this. Anyways, yeah, here's Metaton. Let's take care of that real quick. Gotta increase that rating meter. Oh boy. I don't really care. Let's be honest. I don't know. I think Toby Fox is a really funny dude, but some of the stuff that he does is just whack. I'm just gonna say it. Gosh, this conversation is going out of it's going all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. But I really have nothing to say, to be completely honest. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Oh man, I'm a mess. Anyways, yeah, this is basically where the entire conversation ends. I'm pretty sure I'm just going into the elevator, and once that's done, yeah, I'll see you guys next week for a better episode of Undertale.